We're in the Valley of the Sun. Few places in the country as picturesque as the desert Southwest. And we've got a good one on tap here at State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Moore, the man in motion. Now the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns last year, it's James Conner. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Murray going to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Moore, the man in motion. Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. To throw, it's Murray. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. On 3rd down, they'll run with Sanders. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, a 22.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 20-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It goes as a gain of 8 and it moves the chains. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a short kick taken at about the 16.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Hassan Reddick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott now to add the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
13, Cardinals nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They start the drive with Connor. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and a couple, Murray. And this will be swung out here for Connor. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Moore, the man in motion. Murray now on first down. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
That's good for a Cardinals.
On first and 10 is Connor. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Murray. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. The 40. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return? Everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home.
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Murray now on first down. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Moore, the man in motion. Murray a give. This is Connor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Murray now to throw. He'll dump this one off to Connor. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Cardinals nothing.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Moore, the man in motion. Shotgun now from Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line.
16 yards. That's good. Cardinals 1st down.
Murray now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
They'll start by running the option to the right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
16 yards. And the Eagles
Check match.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
The tackle by Nick Vigil. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here comes Sanders on the toss right. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
They go play action with Hurts. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Hurts. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Marcus Golden able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
13 yards on the play. That's good for our Cardinals.
1st down, Murray. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Elliott good with a PAT, and the rout is on here this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run behind center with Connor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield. Touchdown, Cardinals! Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead down to 20. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. A fairly short kick from the 14.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On first down, Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Here's Hurts to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cardinals are going to get it back here just past the 35. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Hold it ready.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Pass the 60. Pass the 60.
Throwing is Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Brown. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is taken just shy of the 10. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Go, Reed, go.
Second half will start with a run by Sanders. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They let these receivers run wild. And here's another completion for good yardage.
They go back to the ground with Sanders. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They run with Sanders off the option. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Oh, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Another run here with Sanders. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
On third down. He'll drop to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nickel Roby-Coleman, a sack off the corner. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. This will be a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. On first and 10, here's Murray to Connor on the check down. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Complete to James Conner. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw again on second down. Murray. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's Murray. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Cardinal.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing now is Murray. And this will be swung out here for Connor. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The Cardinals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Moore, the man in motion. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Connor. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
That's good.
Murray now on first down. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
That's another Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Murray now on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Connor up the middle. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. He'll dump this one off to Connor, and he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line.
A gain of 6 yards. It's fourth down.
Now Murray's got to have this one. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the Eagles are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Pulled in at the 24. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To throw, it's Murray. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Connor. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Murray. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray, he finds Hopkins complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 18. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by James Bradbury. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Omaha. Hey.
In motion, the tight end. Here's Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Moore, the man in motion. They're going for it. It's Murray. Got a man. It's McBride complete. And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
17 yards. That's good for the Cardinals.
Murray now. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the Eagles are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Eagles, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Arizona, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.
right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. Tell them line it up. Like a 4th and 1, we sneaky when we slide up. Y'all on offense with no defense, now y'all time is up. We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2, give it straight, that's how I like it. And we grind it every night to make it hit, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones had to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, no I in this, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. See, we came up from the bottom, me and squad got it. And we made it through them problems, now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe this, wave till they see sick. Do it right the first time, they all try to remix. Yeah, they grinded, but we grinded if tell them they time is ticking. But we time a fish. Bet not leave a minute, stop it. Something like the goat off in their pocket. Whole squizzy riding with me, who gon' stop it? My day ones had to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this.